This is Special Agent Paul Durant of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, who testified today in the Megan Boswell trial. Paul Durant, it is my understanding, is also the FBI agent who worked the Summer Wells case in the very early days after her disappearance on June the 15th of 2021. And the reason I'm doing this is because he's about to give testimony under oath about extracting information from cell phones. I believe we can assume that it is standard operating procedure for the CART team from the FBI, the Computer Analysis Response Team. Why does it make any difference in regards to Summer Wells? Because Donald Wells, her father, has said more than once publicly that when his wife Candace Bly Wells, and Candace's mother, the maternal grandmother of Summer Wells, Candace Harrer, when they got their cell phones back, that everything after 3:30 p.m. had been deleted. And I've tried to explain to my audience that's not how it works. But I'm just an old lady on YouTube. So I want to hear an FBI agent, Paul Durant, special agent, tell us how it's done. Like I say, while he's under oath, at the risk of perjury.
Does the FBI utilize forensic digital evidence equipment to aid you in your investigations?
Yes, so we have several different forensic softwares that are FBI approved, as well as specific devices to help us extract and image electronic devices.
Okay, and we'll briefly go into what the FBI utilizes. When it comes to cellular devices like telephones, what would a digital analysis entail regarding cell phones?
So regarding cell phones, we do what we call extractions of cell phones. So we use a forensic software to extract different data from the cell phones. There's several different extraction methods that you can use. Three main ones. The first one is kind of a logical extraction. Essentially what that does is we ask the cell phone, what can you provide us? And the cell
Number one, logical extraction. We ask the cell phone, what can you provide us?
Cell phone will provide us X data. The next analysis that we can do or extraction that we can do is called a file system extraction. That's kind of where our software goes into the cell phone and then
File system extraction, that's kind of where our software goes into the cell phone and begins extracting information.
To pull as much data as we can.
Or let me correct that, pull as much data as they can
from that cell phone. The last extraction that we can perform is called a physical extraction.
The last extraction is called a physical extraction.
Essentially, that is a bit-for-bit copy of whatever that electronic device is.
Okay. A bit-for-bit copy. Okay.
And just so we know, when you say extraction, do you mean taking the information off of that device?
And just when you say, and just so we know what you mean, when you say extraction, do you mean taking, it off of the device?
To be able to utilize what you're looking at?
By extraction, yes. We don't take anything physically off of that device, but
we don't take anything physically off of that device. Let me repeat what Special Agent Durant of the FBI Computer analysis response team just said. And I just repeated already. No, let's just go on.
A copy of those items on that device and put it onto another, like
they make a copy of what's on that device and put it onto another, like
electronic storage media. Okay. So we're not changing anything on the device. We have different methods that ensure that we have made a what we call a forensic copy of that device.
So we're not changing anything on that device. We're making a forensic copy. I never believed Don Wells, of course, and I have maintained that on my channel as well as in live chats and comment sections for almost 4 years. That I believe Donald Wells is a liar on a number of different levels, but I most certainly believe he is a liar when he tells us on a number of occasions that when they got their cell phones back, everything after 3:30 p.m. on June the 15th of 2021 had been deleted by the FBI. You're a liar, Don Wells. And I don't know why you would even say that. Why would you even say that? Oh, because you don't want us to know you have receipts on your cell phones. Well, if you had anything that would have made any difference when you made those erroneous statements in regards to finding Summer, this gentleman right here would have already had that information. The FBI, law enforcement already had that information off of your cell phone. So there's nothing you could have told us publicly or provided receipts for off of those cell phones that law enforcement did not already know. And I feel quite confused about why you would lie about something like that. That ultimately is neither here nor there where the public is concerned. Unless you just wanted us to think that you were dealing with crooked law enforcement. And of course we know you were. That is my opinion based on how the case of Brandon Lewis Lawson, the son of Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, was handled. I'm not saying the entire department is corrupt. As a matter of fact, I'm not making any accusation at all. But I sure am scratching my head and wondering about some stuff. But I believe now that we can at least see that according to Paul Durant, Don Wells, Candace Wells, and Candace Hare's telephones, cell phones, would not have been deleted. So, justice for Summer Moon Utah Wells.